I always thought working the night shift at a 24-hour diner was uneventful, until the night a customer handed me a note that simply read, "Don't look behind you." Working the graveyard shift at Mel's Diner had its perks. Decent tips from late-night truckers, the occasional free meal, and the solitude that came with the early morning hours. But solitude can be a double-edged sword, especially when the world outside the neon-lit windows is cloaked in darkness. It was around 2:30 a.m. when he walked in, a tall man in a dark coat, his hat casting a shadow over his eyes. He took a seat at the counter, directly in front of me. I offered my usual greeting, but he remained silent, sliding a piece of paper across the counter instead. Unfolding it, I read the words, "Don't look behind you." A chill ran down my spine. Instinctively, I wanted to turn around to confront whatever threat might be lurking. But something in the man's demeanor, his stillness, the intensity of his unseen gaze, rooted me to the spot. "What is this?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. He didn't respond. Instead, he reached into his coat pocket and pulled out another note, placing it atop the first. "If you value your life, don't move." My heart pounded in my chest. The diner was empty, save for the two of us. The silence was deafening, broken only by the faint hum of the fluorescent lights. Minutes felt like hours. I stood there, paralyzed by fear and uncertainty. The man remained motionless, his presence oppressive. Finally, he stood up, adjusting his hat. He placed a final note on the counter before turning and walking out into the night. I exhaled shakily, my hands trembling as I reached for the last piece of paper. "You did well. He's gone now." Summoning every ounce of courage, I turned around. The diner was empty, just as it had been all night. But on the floor, near the entrance to the kitchen, lay a single, muddy footprint, one that didn't match the shoes of the mysterious man. I never saw him again, but every night shift since, I can't shake the feeling that I'm being watched.